What's up guys, today's video is on the top 10 best Sony cameras 2022. Through extensive research and testing I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price performance or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. 10th place. Sony CyberShot RX10 IV. The Sony CyberShot RX10 IV is the perfect camera for folks who want to photograph at multiple focal lengths but don't want to deal with the trouble of investing in a variety of different lenses. It is a multifunctional bridge camera that was released in 2015. It can capture anything from breathtaking panoramas to intricate microscopic pictures. The Sony Zeiss Super Zoom lens is the camera's main feature. It features a 24 to 600 mm equivalent focal range, which equates to a 25x optical zoom. Even better, it retains superb crispness at all zoom levels. Additionally, the lens's maximum aperture of f/2.4 to 4 produces stunning bokeh effects. As a result, it is one of the finest Sony cameras for portraiture. The RX10 IV is also an excellent video camera. It can capture 4K footage at frame speeds of 24 and 30 frames per second. Please keep in mind that the camera uses a modest 1.09x crop factor while capturing 4K footage. When filming at 1080p resolution, the camera employs the whole sensor. In addition, digital stabilization helps to eliminate camera shaking. 9th place. Sony Alpha A7C. The Sony Alpha A7C will be available in 2020. It is Sony's smallest and lightest full-frame mirrorless camera. It has the mobility of a Sony APS-C camera yet the performance of a full-frame camera. This combination contributes to its ranking as the best Sony camera for travel photography on our list. Aside from its compactness, my favorite feature of this camera is its excellent handling and ergonomics. Sony managed to cram 3 exposure sliders and a slew of configurable buttons into its teeny tiny chassis. Furthermore, you can modify all of the settings with one hand. Overall, the camera is simple to use, and its design boosts productivity significantly. It also has a back LCD with complete articulation. The screen is ideal for travel vloggers and makes image composition easier while filming from awkward angles. Finally, you never know where you'll wind up or what the weather will be like when you're on the road. Fortunately, the A7C is entirely weather sealed to protect it from rain, dust, and other elements. 8th place, Sony Alpha A6100. The Sony Alpha A6100 was released in 2019. The A6000 was supplanted as the company's hallmark entry-level mirrorless camera. It's one of the best APS-C Sony cameras for beginners on the market right now, thanks to its low price, small size, and simple UI. While it appears to be similar to its predecessor on the surface, it is a whole different beast on the inside. To begin with, it now supports 4K video. When filming video at a frame rate of 24p, the footage has a wonderful cinematic aesthetic. It's also collected over the whole sensor width. If you wish to film 4K/30p videos, you can use a modest crop factor. Raw data and JPEGs from the camera are both extremely crisp. However, I advocate capturing JPEG photographs since their colors are more vibrant immediately out of the camera. This implies that your images will be more colorful. You will also save time editing in post-production. 7th place. Sony Alpha 1. The Sony Alpha 1 is without a doubt the greatest Sony camera for professional photography and cinematography. It is Sony's flagship hybrid interchangeable lens camera, and it will be available in 2021. It is equipped with a 50.1 MP full-frame sensor and a sophisticated dual Bions XR image processing engine. The combination collaborates effortlessly to produce amazing films and photographs that can only be equaled by a few other mirrorless cameras, such as the Canon EOS R5. When shooting stills, it can shoot at a scorching 30 frames per second. Furthermore, the industry-leading autofocus mechanism employs real-time tracking to ensure that photographs remain focused even when objects move quickly. When discussing video, the first thing that comes to mind is its 8K capability. The 8K footage is extremely detailed and may be readily cropped, reframed, or oversampled using professional applications like as Adobe Premiere Pro. Furthermore, the IBIS works well and may add up to 9.5 stops of exposure when used in conjunction with a stabilized lens, such as the Sony Fe 14mm f/1.8 GM. This increases low light performance and image quality when shooting handheld. Its expensive price is the only thing keeping it from topping this list. However, if you can afford it, the A1 is the greatest overall camera. 6th place. Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-1 is a 2020 ultra-compact point-and-shoot camera. It was designed for YouTubers and other digital video makers. It's also the greatest Sony camera for vlogging. The full articulating back touchscreen display and the directional microphone are two features that are clearly geared for vloggers. Even when strolling around, the back screen keeps you focused in the frame. The microphone, on the other hand, increases audio quality and removes the need for a separate external microphone. The built-in Sony Zeiss zoom lens on the camera is made of high-quality glass and has an equivalent focal length of 24 to 70 mm. Even when shooting handheld video from an arm's length away, you can easily fit your full face and surroundings into the image at 24 mm. It also includes 4K video capability and super slow motion options in camera. Finally, its low price makes it an excellent all-around camera for everyday usage, particularly for families. 5th place. Sony Alpha A6600. The Sony Alpha A6600 is an APS-C mirrorless camera with an intermediate price tag. When it was released in 2019, it succeeded the Sony Alpha A6500 as the company's hallmark camera in its family of crop sensor mirrorless cameras. From a distance, it seems to be substantially identical to Sony's entry-level APS-C cameras. However, upon closer inspection, you will realize that this camera is totally comprised of metal rather than plastic. Furthermore, the body is completely weather-sealed to keep it safe in adverse conditions. Because of its compactness and durability, it is an excellent camera for adventure photography. Furthermore, the camera's image stabilization technology improves image quality in images and movies greatly. This is useful for photographing at night or in low-light situations like sunrise or sunset. It also lowers camera shaking, resulting in smoother and more stable video recordings. 4th place, Sony CyberShot RX107. The CyberShot RX107 is the company's flagship point-and-shoot camera, and it is the greatest Sony compact camera. It surely comes at a high cost. However, no other tiny camera on the market today, regardless of brand, can compete with its vast feature set. To begin, it combines a huge 1-inch picture sensor and a sophisticated Bions X image processor. The two work together to make burst shooting and focusing extremely quick. It has a continuous shooting speed of up to 20 frames per second. Alternatively, you may use the new single burst shooting mode to fire shots at an incredible 90 frames per second. Another notable addition is the inclusion of a vertical video mode. It records videos in portrait mode. It's ideal for posting to Instagram or TikTok. As a result, it is our preferred camera for social media and digital content makers. If you enjoy this camera but believe it is beyond of your price range, consider the Sony CyberShot RX100 Vi. 3rd place. Sony Alpha A7R4. The Sony Alpha A7R4 is a high-resolution mirrorless camera released in 2019. It was created for landscape and professional photographers. Its full-frame sensor of 61.2 MP makes it the highest-resolution full-frame camera ever manufactured. As a result, we believe it is the greatest Sony camera for photography. Because of the high pixel count, photographs captured with this camera have little to no reduction in image quality when blown up. If you are a photographer or writer who enlarges their photographs for use in publications, posters, or billboards, this is crucial to consider. While it is primarily a still camera, it is not without video capabilities. It captures uncropped 4K footage and offers a Super 35 mode that oversamples 4K footage to improve video quality. It also has S-Log2 and S-Log3 video profiles for greater dynamic range. They provide you more flexibility over color grading during post-production. The pixel shift mode is another interesting feature. It takes 4 or 16 photos and combines them into a single 60.2 MP or 240 MP super high resolution shot. The camera automatically creates the 4-image image in camera. The 16-image one, on the other hand, must be built manually on the computer. 2nd place. Sony Alpha A7S III. The Sony Alpha A7S III is the greatest Sony full-frame camera for video if you are a professional cameraman or filmmaker. It was released in 2020 and succeeded the A7S II as the flagship camera in Sony's Alpha S series. Sensitivity is represented by the letter S. The camera's BSI image sensor is also optimized for low light and video shooting. Because of the sensor's low pixel count, 12.1 MP, the size of each individual pixel is larger. As a result, they enable more light to reach the sensor and enhance your film. Furthermore, the ISO range of 80 to 102,400, expandable to 40 to 409,600, is industry-leading and dramatically enhances nighttime movie video image quality. The A7S III can record native DCI and Ultra HD 4K footage at up to 120p frame rates. At 24p, 30p, and 60p, the camera makes use of the complete sensor width. Alternatively, at 120p, the camera employs a small 1.1x crop factor. Furthermore, regardless of resolution or frame rate, the camera has no recording duration restriction. One final feature worth noting is that it can record in a variety of professional video profiles. This contains S-Log 3 10-bit and RAW 16-bit movies. These video profiles are excellent for material that will be edited later. It is the greatest Sony video camera available. First place. Sony Alpha A7 IV. The Sony Alpha A7 IV is the last but not least. It was launched towards the end of 2021 and went on sale in early 2022. It's the fourth generation of Sony's best-selling Alpha A7 full-frame mirrorless cameras. In addition, it offers a number of significant improvements over its predecessor, the A7 III. The maximum resolution for still photographers has increased from 24MP to 33MP. That's a substantial improvement. And the improved detail preservation is readily apparent, particularly in RAW files. Furthermore, Sony improved the color algorithm in this camera. Its colors are substantially more vibrant right out of the camera. The Sony A7 IV also has an impressive collection of video functions. It can now record 4K video at 60 frames per second. And its 4K footage is razor sharp because the sensor records 7K video first and then oversamples it. You can also live stream 4K video to services like YouTube and Vimeo using a USB cord. Furthermore, with its sophisticated audio capabilities, including microphone and headphone ports, it provides you more control over audio settings than ever before. Finally, when the camera is switched off, the new sensor cover shields it from dust and sand. It will extend the life of your camera. For the typical user, it's the ideal combination camera for shooting video and images. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you all in the next video. See you later, guys.